Hello YouTube, my name is Isabella and today we're going to be discussing my goals for 2022, my reading goals. This is going to be a rather chatty video and might have been a mistake because I actively have COVID. So I filmed a video already, my voice is dying. We're going to do like the Cliff Notes versions of my reading goals because I need to get these videos up. I've been avoiding this one specifically because I just didn't know what I wanted my goals to be, because I kind of epically failed, or I didn't do a great job in 2021, so I was just annoyed. So for my 2021 little spread thing that I fill in, I actually did a decent job of that. The only things I really missed was I wanted to read 10 nonfictions, I read 9, wanted to complete series, technically completed 8, but a couple of them I was just marking it off because I reread some series. So that doesn't really count. I also posted like a check-in thing of new goals I wanted to set halfway through the year. That epically blew up in my face because a lot of things just went wrong in the second half of my year for 2021. Depression really reared its ugly head and I accomplished basically none of that. So yeah, new slate. We're just going to move on. I'm not going to get into my stats or anything because I'm lazy. This little steeper I bought for so cheap has brought me a lot of joy this week, which has been nice. It's a little corgi and I love corgis. I'm probably going to clear my throat a lot in this video and sorry if I can't edit it all out. But let's cheers to 2022 reading goals, and I'm determined to actually do a lot better. There are two types of goals that I have. There are like ephemeral, kind of work towards it, but there's no active way to track them. There's also ones that I literally can track and like fill out a bubble. A lot of them aren't even goals or stuff. It's just something I like to keep an eye on too. Like I have BIPOC authors written down in here and queer authors. I don't need a set amount of those types of books that I need to read, but I do like to kind of check in and keep an eye on stuff. Giving myself a visual sometimes really helps with goals. But to start off, I set my Goodreads reading goal at 52 books, but ideally what I have written in my bullet journal is 100 books. I would like to cross that threshold again. I have for the past 2 years, and frankly this in 2021 I read the most books I ever have. I read like 120 books. And I could have gotten a lot more, but the second half of the year, I just didn't push myself as much. And I'd like to cross 100 again, but if I don't, it's fine. 52 is technically the right goal. I don't know if I mentioned this, but these goals are a lot of like going to my back to basics goals. And that one of them that I want to get back into really working on is getting my TBR read more. In 2020, I did a fantastic job at reading my TBR and getting it to, I think it was like 50 or 55% read. I'm currently sitting at 61% of all of my shelves being read, and I am swinging big and would like to get to 70%. For context, I own about 590 books, so it's a good chunk that I have to read, and then if I buy books, I have to like read on top of that. So we'll see. I really want to read my own books, and if I don't want to read them, I want to get rid of them. I'm going to be participating in the Joe Abercrombie read-along that Bethany and Leanna are hosting from Beautifully Bookish Bethany and Leanna's library. I'll leave like the announcements down below. To be honest, I haven't really paid too much attention to it other than it's something I want to work on, because I've read the first book in the First Law trilogy and that's what they're reading in January, so I'm actively going to start working on it in February. This is, I think, fairly easy. I like the idea of doing like a yearly thing to work on. I feel like that could feel like a big accomplishment. And in terms of my other not so trackable goals, I want to get active in the community. I want to just interact with people a lot more in their comment sections, on Twitter, all that kind of stuff. possibly on Instagram if I ever actually do that. Lately I've felt very isolated, but that's just because I've had no energy. So all the energy I've had I've put into my own channel because I enjoy it, but I haven't been able to really participate the way I would like to and interact with other people's content. God, I chose the worst 2 videos to film when I'm not doing so hot. The other goal, I would just like to post consistently. I used to be really good at this. I would post every Friday, and then other times throughout if I could. That has not happened as of late, and I would really like to change that. I think I'm going to stick to the schedule of posting at least 1 video every Friday and then slotting in other videos whenever I can. It's probably going to be like 6 to 7 videos a month. I can't quite commit to 2 videos a week, but I like the idea of at least 1 for sure coming, and then whatever else I can get to. In terms of trackable things I really want to work on and like numerical goals I'm going to be checking off, I desperately want to read more sci-fi, specifically by non-white men. So anyone else that fits in that category, I should say non-white cis men. This is the main goal that I've been thinking about for quite some time throughout 2021. Is something that I wanted to focus on for 2022. Like sci-fi, but as a genre I sometimes put it off, and of the books that I've read, an exceeding amount of them are by like cis white straight men. And not like the worst thing ever, but I read fairly diversely across all the other genres, but sci-fi is the one that I'm definitely lacking in. I made a couple purchases at the end of last year that have made me very excited for this, and I'm hopefully going to really enjoy that journey. Another thing, the other big tenet that I want to work on and I'm determined to complete is none other than completing series. I did so good in this during 2020, but then 2021 it kind of blew up in my face. Maybe finished 6 like new to me series, maybe 5. Yeah, I'm not too impressed by that. So I'm going to swing big, and I would like to complete 15 different series that I have not already previously read. But I have a lot of like finales like that are just kind of hanging around loose. I'm going to be doing the Joe Abercrombie read along, and he has multiple series, so that will help chip away at that. And it's just it's time. I start literally so many series in a year's time. And I've been reading actively and being on BookTube actively for like 5 years, so it's just time to hunker down and work on some series. I would like to read hopefully 10 nonfiction this year. I'd like to continue my nonfiction reading journey. Hopefully actually hit 10. I just missed it last year with 9. I'd like to read 10 books by Indigenous authors. I realize that that is a group of people I do not read nearly enough from. There's a lot of Canadian Indigenous authors that are very popular, like with the Canada Reads stuff, and I just haven't read like any of it. The other stuff I have written on here is just for myself to kind of keep track of. I have like 10 arcs on here, 15 tomes, so those aren't like big goals because I know I'm going to hit that. I would like, however, the last 2. I want to do at least 15 video reviews, so actual sit-down individual reviews for books. I really enjoy doing that. I know it's not incredibly popular content, but it's something I really enjoy. I love breaking down a book and discussing it for like 10 minutes just on its own. The other thing that I want to work towards is work on 5 different like big projects. That just means out of comfort zone video content from me. I've been very consistent with the types of content I create, and I would like to branch out a bit, be more creative. This was part of a goal that I wanted to continue or work on last year, like midway through, and that blew up in my face because 2021, the second half of it was hard. So I'd like to try that. I have one in mind already. I don't know if I'll go fully like video essay or just experiments, but that seems like a lot of fun. They are a lot of work, which intimidates me, so I feel like 5 would be a doable amount. So that is it for all of my reading goals for 2022. There's a lot, but it's a lot of stuff that I actively am really going to focus on and work towards, so I'm excited. Hopefully it doesn't blow up in my face. let me know down in the comments below what your like main goals and things that you're really going to focus on this year. And again, I'm sorry for my voice. I feel like editing this, I'm going to want to gouge my own eyes out, but it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you again very soon. Bye.